There is one thing in my culture as an African American woman that I know for sure. As a proud member of the Melanin Delegation, North Carolina/Harlem chapter, we frown on excess dry skin, aka ashiness of any kind. The thing is, when you have skin rich in melanin, like myself and those in my ancestry, ashiness is a bit more noticeable when it happens, okay? Ashiness watch is a real thing. It really is. When I was little, my mom would make sure that my entire body was free from ashiness with lotions and such. However, when it came to my face, it was always old school, say it with me, yep, Vaseline. And immediately after, my face would be shining like the sun, and I was ready to tackle the day. Well, that little girl has now grown up. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love my Vaseline. Got the economy size on my vanity right now. But today, it's all about body butter. Stay tuned as we explore body butter savagery. Be right back. This is Stephanie, and welcome to Audio Oasis Storytelling Podcast, a place where you can stop by, listen, think, laugh, but most importantly, rest. Please share this podcast with anyone who could use a restful storytelling escape. Thanks so much for stopping by. And now, on to our story. Even though we see our skin every day, there are times when we just don't give it the respect that it deserves. One of the most embarrassing things that can happen is to be found outside in this world, black and ashy, child, which takes us to the gloriousness that is body butter. Now, hold on. Body butters are not a new thing. Body butters have been around since the beginning of time. Can we shout out to all the mamas across the world? All mamas truly rock, and black mamas like mine did not play. With my mama, there would be absolutely no ashiness on her watch. No sir and no ma'am. There was always inspection, see, especially in the summer. But in the winter, underneath that hat with the big ball at the top and the matching gloves, you know the one, my face was always protected with the infamous petroleum jelly. But honey, in the summer, y'all, let's get into it. When the sun was blazing hot and all the kids were running around in their summer clothes and there was so much more skin showing, face, knees, elbows, ankles, feet, legs. Hashtag Mama Ashiness Watch was in full effect. I remember the kids wore the cutest summer outfits because, again, we as a culture love to look our best. There's nothing more adorable than seeing kids so happy and carefree running around outside, you know? Well, this was when kids used to run around outside. It's a bit different now. So after the bath and my hair being put up in an afro puff, Mama would start with the lotions and Vaselines, you know? And then once that was properly done according to Mama standards, then, and only then, was I allowed outside. Ladies, remember all the flavored lip glosses we had growing up? As a girl growing up, I had different lip glosses in my purse, and some of them may or may not have had a little tint in them, but Mama didn't know then. And we still won't tell her to this day, okay? All right. Get ready, because I'm about to go there. Okay, ashy feet. Yeah, I said it. I have left my apartment wearing slides, looked down, turned around, and gone back upstairs to fix that situation. Raise a hand if you can relate. One of the most unfortunate things you can see is someone, man or woman, wearing a really wonderful outfit that features sandals, but they neglected to moisturize their ashy feet. It is unfortunate indeed. The good news is that when melanated skin is moisturized, it is amazing and awe-inspiring. It just is. Sun worship is a thing, and people actually worship the sun in an attempt to deepen the color of their skin, because there is just something special about brown skin. It is truly wonderful. So much so that there's a song by India Ari called Brown Skin, dedicated to its awesome beauty. Side note, shout out to the lucrative tanning industry. We see you. So yeah, brown skin really is a beautiful gift. And when brown skin is cared for, it is amazing. When you see someone with beautiful skin, at a very basic level, it's admirable, you know? Because it takes you back to a time in your life when skincare was the universal #1 concern. Hello, adolescence. Then, in late adulthood, skin care rears its ugly head again, as you may start to contend with signs of aging. One of the things that a pregnant woman may get complimented on is her glowing skin because of the different nutrients taken in order for her to grow a healthy baby. Skin is how we face the world and how the world sees us. I'll say it again. Skin is how we face the world and how the world sees us. Skin is the largest organ on our body, but sometimes we can forget that it also holds everything else in place too. The packaging may be new and there may be different fragrances, but cocoa and shea butter, coconut oil, and all of the other different natural oils have been around for a while. But this body butter movement, it sounds rather decadent, does it not? Such a treat for the skin and for the soul. There are different types of body butters. There are whipped formulas, creamy sprays, and all variations in between. Whatever the case may be, when body butter is applied on clean, warm skin, something magical happens. It's as if your skin recognizes that you are now remembering what your skin does for you, and as a result, your skin starts to come alive. It begins to thank you, its owner, by sending out radiant energy. From your skin's point of view, a little appreciation goes a long way, and this is how it shows you. There is something very, very attractive about a person with clean, glowing, supple, healthy skin. It has nothing to do with looks. Ever see the skin of a small baby? It's precious, soft, delicate, pure, flawless, and incredibly beautiful. Yet, when we become adults, and because of what we eat and the atmosphere around us, we may begin to lose some of that skin beauty. But fear not, all is not lost. Side note, male listeners, lean in. I'm speaking to the male listeners now. Body butter love is for you too. Why? Because skin is skin, sir. Okay, you with me? All right, I'm going to back up. Okay, back to the story. What makes the body butter experience unique? You get to choose the skin maintenance tool of choice. Isn't it wonderful? When you examine the body butter landscape, there are so many varieties and fragrances to choose from. So, what is your body butter fragrance alter ego? Is it floral, earthy, citrus, honey, musk, or maybe just plain old school unscented? Let your mind drift as we ponder the following luscious body butter fragrances: lemongrass, summer rain, botanic garden. Did you know that there's even a body butter for men called gray sweats? Aside from the obvious, a wonderful bonus of using body butter is that because of the oils, the fragrance lingers on your skin. So choose wisely and change your life, and possibly someone else's, I'm just saying. Wait, what's that you say? What does the body butter experience feel like? Oh, you want to hear it from a vocal velvet perspective. Okay, got it. I'll be right back. The mood is tranquility. You have to get into the proper mindset because it's important. You want the place to be a sanctuary. Get my mind and get the energy around me very calm. The first thing I would do is I would run my bath, nice and warm. Then when the bath is ready, the first thing I would notice as I enter the space is that it is incredibly fragrant. It's just very steamy, warm, and comforting. And immediately as I enter the bath space, the muscles in my body start to relax in anticipation of that first step into the bath. So we get into the tub and we slowly submerge in this warm, beautiful bath. Did I mention candles? Candles only, please. There's no other sound, just the silence, tranquility, and sounds of the bath. You just let everything go. Release all of the cares of the world, if only for a few minutes. Exhale. wash your body and do what needs to be done in your bath. And then, after the bath is done with the rinse, it's not over. We towel off. Now, the body is ready for the butter. So starting with your feet, you work your way up, up, up. Your skin is so happy, it begins to sing. After the loving application of the body butter, you are now ready to face the world. You leave your bath sanctuary and you are ready to face the day with whatever the day will bring. You're glowing. You're at peace. You look good. And you smell good too. Yes, it's nice. Very nice indeed. Next up, a body butter story to share. Shout out to AvanniSoaps.com, AVANNI Soaps.com for making it happen. Check her out and tell her Stephanie sent you. So as we all know by this point, the entire world, practically all of humanity, is going through a lot right now, and I am no exception. I decided that I needed a break. I just needed to rest my mind, my body, and my spirit from everything that was happening in the world. So with that in mind, I decided to take a staycation. I wasn't necessarily flying out anywhere, but I just needed to pull back from the swirling amount of powerful energy coming from so many things happening in this world. I purchased a beautiful body butter custom pack along with some wonderful bath salts and planned to take it with me to a bed and breakfast that I had reserved. I remember soaking in a candlelit bath. No music, just silence around me, and nothing but the sound of water in the bath and my thoughts. And I remember how incredibly tranquil it was. Silence can be healing sometimes. Your brain and your psyche takes in so much, and silence can allow your brain to release some space in you so that more positive things can now come in. Normally, you're silent when you sleep, right? But sometimes you need to do this when you're awake, like maybe in a candlelit bath. So after I took the bath and rinsed off, I was on my way to an outdoor sculpture exhibit to spend some time in nature. Before I got dressed, I applied Botanic Garden Body Butter. It had a nice, clean, floral base, but not too heavy, not too heavy. It was the type of scent where you could just barely smell a faint hint of it. And if you wanted to get a full whiff of the fragrance, you had to get very close. Those are the best types of scents, you know? A scent that causes the other person to want to lean in for more. Hold that thought. So I'm walking out of my home on my way to this outdoor exhibit, right? And I'm feeling pretty nice. My skin is glowing, I'm smiling, and I just feel free. I finally get to the charter bus, and soon the bus is filling up, but there's an empty seat next to me, and I'm scrolling on my phone. Then there's this man walking up the aisle, and he's looking for a place to sit. I'm not paying attention until I look up and get a good look at him. Yeah. Very, very attractive. Just, I'll let your mind fill in the rest. He motions to the seat as if to say, "Is this seat taken? May I sit next to you?" And the bus is filling up, so of course, I move my things from the empty seat and he sits down. As he's sitting down, he leans over me, getting his bearings and getting his bags under the seat. Then all of a sudden, he just freezes. He just stops, frozen. I have my earbuds in, and since he's so close to me, I notice how stiff his body became, so at that point, I turn my head and I look at him. I take out my earbuds and I give him the universal questioning look. You know, the one with my eyes and eyebrows, like, what's going on? And he looks and smiles and says, "What is that fragrance you're wearing? It's absolutely wonderful. Smells like flowers. It's very nice." This, ladies and gentlemen, is body butter savagery at the highest level. Now back to the story. To say that my entire body blushed from the tips of my manicured toes all the way up to my hairline is an understatement. I looked him in those big brown eyes with long lashes and said, "Thank you so much." Ever the gentleman, he respectfully tilted his head and went back to the proper seating distance, since his bags were now settled under his seat. Every time now when I use that particular body butter, I smile and maybe even blush a little bit, but don't tell anybody, okay? So I'm passing it along, ladies and gentlemen. Join the body butter movement. Just try it. Take a moment to do a bit of self-care. But whatever you do, take care of yourself. Take care of your spirit and soothe your soul every now and again. It's worth it. And you are too. Stephanie again. Thank you for listening to Audio Oasis Storytelling. We appreciate you taking the time to stop by and hope that you had a moment of blissful escape. Have you subscribed yet? Please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at AO_storytelling. Until the next time, safe travels and be well.